Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk more about, I've been doing this about the people that I've run across, I feel are histrionic, their behaviors are histrionic, and a little mixed with narcissistic behaviors, and I could be wrong, one size doesn't fit all anyway, but you know, all that, read the disclaimer. And, but this is my opinion on them, and I want to talk about the ones, of what happens whenever you don't play their game, okay? Okay. Now, in this kind of, world where I live in these days, there's a mix of people, mix of different types of, really. And when you get online, you're going to see different types. Now, for what, like I've mentioned in one of my videos, a lot of it can be cultural. I lived in Austin, where you can wear, you are trying to stand out if you don't, dress a little wild, weird, and all that. There's something, I don't remember what it is about being weird in Austin is okay, kind of thing. I forgot the slogan, but but in Dallas years ago, I don't think it's so much anymore. No, you couldn't stand out. You couldn't wear anything loud. Okay, you stood out if you wore something loud. In other words, in Austin it was the other way around. So it can be cultural. But now, when you're on the internet, you don't know. I mean, you don't know every culture. What is acceptable there or not. Anyway, so you eventually you start to see a person's mentality all around, and at first maybe you're friendly with them, but then you start to really see it. You really start to see, how they are, and you're not going to play that game. You're not going to be part of that kind of associated with that kind of person, really, associated to or with, that is going to be this kind of person, that is this kind of person, this histrionic-narcissistic, and they expect you to play their game. At some point, they will start to expect you to play their game, to just go with whatever they want you to go with, okay? Whatever they want you to go with, okay? Like, they want to make you their what people call flying monkeys, like from Wizard of Oz, but mostly associated with narcissistic flying monkeys. Yeah, I've seen it with a lot of histrionics. They build up these group of people who will defend them on everything. They think that person walks on water, and no. And they get this in a lot of ways, like I've mentioned in other videos. Not all the symptoms are just there right off the bat. Not enough for you to make this thought. I wouldn't go around diagnosing anybody and saying, oh, they have this personality disorder. No, I won't do it. I don't know anybody who has been diagnosed with it, either one. But in my mind, I sum up their behaviors. You bet it, in my mind I do. And no, this is the type I don't want to be around. I don't want to be associated with. I don't want to have anything to do with. Nobody should, connect me to them, kind of thing. And but they do it in ways, like I had mentioned in another video. They like play the victim, so the people who think the world of them feel sorry for them and are protective of them. Okay, now they think that you are someone that they have to protect her or him against. Yeah, they come after you. Okay, and this is what this type of person uses. If you don't play their game, if you're not part of their party, their little, group that they think they're the king or queen of, and that would be drama, king or queen, sorry, a watermelon just fell on the floor. It was one of those personal watermelons, so squirrel moment. But, anyway, if any reason, they feel like you're slighting them, that whole, some call it narcissistic injury. Yeah, it's the histrionic narcissistic injury. You're not playing their game, and they have to be the center of it, even of your world. Your world, they have to be the center of it. Well, then they come at you. They will come at you with anything you say. They will cut it down. They'll make it seem like, listen to her. Her attitude. Oh my goodness. They're going to put it down. You're going to be wrong about everything, and they're going to make sure other people know that you're wrong. Okay, to them. It's just to them. You're not wrong. but they're going to make people think that you're wrong, and they're flying monkeys. You know, anybody who could possibly become one of their flying monkeys is going to think you're wrong. They're going to put it out there. Okay. Okay. Now, personally, my view on this, what I tell myself to do, it's just for me, I'm not giving anybody kind of advice or counseling or any of that, is I tell myself is do not engage. Really. Do not engage. Seriously, you know, whether you're in person or online, do not engage. Because that's what they want. And it really, even that of do not engage is engaging to them. It doesn't matter to them. And they'll throw a little temper tantrum if they have to. A big temper tantrum. But still, you know, and it really does depend on the situation, the person, and all that. You know, like if it's online, sometimes my view is let their opinions stand up there and people might read it and whatever they think, you know. Some people will see it for what it is, and some aren't going to see it for what it is. So, and sometimes I just simply delete and block. You know, if it's, you know, it just depends on the situation, really, on the person and all that. Okay. Anyway, my personal experience is if they're not getting enough out of what they're doing, if they're not, you know, riling you up, they're pushing your buttons and you're not responding, they go away. They need that attention. You're not giving it to them, you know. Now, that works in some situations. Some it doesn't. Like if you're at a job, you're at work, and that person is there constantly, every day, that person might try to drive you nuts. You know, won't give up. You know, they have a goal, and the goal is to be supreme. You know, and you not playing their game doesn't make them supreme. It doesn't make them superior to all. So they might not ever give up. You know, they might not. So, okay. Now, if you have any thoughts on this, just leave them below. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would. And I'll talk to y'all in another video. Bye.